take control of your health. Does anyone know what this illustration is? What is that? Who said bacteria? Oh boy, everyone who said, keep your hands up. Everyone who said bacteria, you get something at the end of the presentation. Okay, remember who you are. Because I'm not going to. But these are bacteria. Why are they so important? We got 100 trillion, I mean that's most estimates, 100 trillion bacteria in our body. Most of them in our intestine. They outnumber our cells 10 to 1. 90% of the genetic material in your body is not yours, it's the bacteria's. And they are largely responsible for our health. And many of the results of the foods that we eat are, the actions and the benefits are because they have positive influence on the bacteria. Or the converse of that is they cause, when you eat the wrong foods, they cause the growth of bad disease causing bacteria and fungi. So we've got to get this right. And let me just, most of you know this, but this is some of the benefits of optimizing your gut flora, is your immune system. Now we all know what the best solution to prevent the flu is, right? It's the flu shot. Come on. Didn't you see him at the airport or your grocery store? You know. Yeah, we don't want the flu shots because, all you got to do really is optimize your vitamin D levels, ideally with exposure to sunshine, and of course, optimize your flora because there's enormous interaction in your gut that causes improvement in your immune system. They also help your body detoxify, and it creates a lot of vitamins, like the B vitamins and especially vitamin K2. It helps you digest, and it's good for your nervous system. And in fact, most of the neurotransmitters, specifically serotonin, are actually produced in your gut. They're not produced in your brain. So it's really important to optimize your gut. So would you like to know how to do that? Yes. You sure? Yes. I'm not convinced. Yes. Okay. All right. That's a good one. Who said probiotics? You don't get anything at the end of the lecture. No. You can still get something for that. All right. Now, the first step is no sugar. That's key because you can do everything else right. You could take probiotics. You can do the other things I'll talk about. But if you're eating sugar, you nullify the benefits. It's kind of like trying to go fast in your car with the foot on the brake. Not a good strategy. No Grain Diet is the title of my first New York Times bestseller about 10 years ago. And most people don't do well on grains. There clearly are exceptions. And Dr. Davis is flying in tonight. He'll be speaking to you tomorrow about the problems with wheat, and there are plenty. So most people don't do well with gluten. But there are other grains, of course. But if you're healthy, like most of the people in this room are, and your insulin and leptin levels are normal, then you could play with that. If you're not, and you have either obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, or just diabetes, or adverse abnormal cholesterol levels, ratios, then you probably want to avoid grains. And you want to have a lot of fresh vegetables. That's the key. Lots of fresh vegetables. And fermented vegetables. How many people here are fermenting vegetables? That's a good number. A good number, actually. I was surprised. You could use probiotics. If you're going to choose this, though, there's some criteria for probiotics. You want to make sure it has multiple good, effective strains. High potency, typically somewhere near 100 billion. Okay? Remember, we have 100 trillion bacteria cells in our intestine, and that's an option. There's a number of good ones out there. But I want to tell you that if you have fermented vegetables, it makes the probiotics obsolete. Because and we've done the assays on this, if you take a high quality fermented vegetable and you consume it at the optimal time, 2 ounces of that will have the equivalent of a bottle of 100 high potency probiotics.